Hello, hello. I know it's been so long. Welcome back. Welcome back. Excuse my squeaky chair. E is back. Yes, welcome to Birth of a Doula. My name is Erica, and we're back with another episode. A long time coming, but this time is actually well deserved. I know I started this channel because I felt so called to become in alignment with my passion of birth work. But I didn't know how far it would go, right? So then I became a doula, did childbirth education classes through the Maz. And now I can say I am halfway through the first quarter of my master's program for midwifery school. And it feels amazing. I never thought I would go to grad school. I told myself I will never go to grad school. If I take the GRE, I think those types of tests are dumb. I don't think they measure your intellect. A lot of it's memorizing. So at the end of it, like I said, I'll have my master's of science in midwifery, and I didn't have to take the GRE, and I don't have to pay for anything. And those were my exact two stipulations for even going to school or obtaining my master's. I said, and I quote, over and over again, if I have to take the GRE or take out loans, I'm not going. And look at God. He said, okay. This is like one of the first times me and him have ever been on this type of accord. So it feels really good and new to be here. It was like boop, boop, and then here we are. So I'm going to tell you about some of my experience. First off, it was a kind of new experience to be on quarters. When I went to Miami, we were on semesters. Quarters are just different. I feel like there's a lot more pressure. But overall, I do like the way of learning and the testing of knowledge in grad school. I thought I was going to have to write a whole bunch of papers, and I really don't, at least right now. I'm more reading over studies. I'm so grateful for the resources that this program has given to me. Before this program, I was never really comfortable talking about racism. I was talking about racism, yes. I meant like slavery and seeing it. For me, I internalized it way too much. Like I was angry and it just felt really bad in my body and I didn't know what to do with that energy. So I just suppressed and then didn't really want to talk about it. But now this program is also leading me back to the history of gynecology and midwifery, and slavery is a part of it. But again, I'm receptive to it because it combines my love of birth work and learning about women's health. I want to know where I come from. So this is my opportunity to do that. Also, we have real live models. So every quarter, we have 4 quarters. A lot of people don't go for summer semester. But anyway, 3 main quarters. I will have to come a week on-site, and my school is far away. And being a single mother and co-parenting and getting my daughter to her, arranging all that, it can be very stressful. And jet lag, oh my goodness gracious, it's no joke. But anyways, back to the models. So unlike nursing school, this program has real models that I'm using a speculum on, practicing to use a cytobroom on, practicing to take cultures for yeast infection. I'm practicing on a real person, but they are getting paid to be there. In nursing school, we had to use a model like a doll. See where everybody else poked a hole in the arm if you're trying to do phlebotomy or draw blood. It wasn't real, but for these people, they gave you feedback on your techniques, and that blew my mind of that privilege. It's such a blessing, but it just sucks for the other school that they don't have that or they didn't think about that, because it's very useful. You gain so much confidence to practice it on a real person prior to anything actually being necessary or emergent. So crazy. Started the program, there were 12 of us and we lost a student, now there's 11. Our camaraderie is really good in person. Like our energy, I was kind of concerned because, when you're in the classroom, everyone's a little more like together than what you probably normally are on an everyday basis. And I was just like, this is fun, but I wonder what they're really like. So let's back up. Because I'm an out-of-state student, in the state I go to school in, their rule is you have to quarantine in that state for 7 days before you can go on campus. For 5 to 6 days, I fly out to school, and I cannot technically go into the class until Friday. I have class Tuesday through Sunday, sometimes Monday through Sunday. That was a lot, but it's getting shorter, I guess, because we're getting more experienced, and I don't know, maybe I just want that to be the answer. But anyway, it's a lot. Again, I'm very grateful, but it's a lot to have to go back that often, and I don't get to share the laughter with the classroom. Myself and one of my classmates, we're on Zoom, and you don't get to hear as much. There's service issues, so you miss the funnies, or they get to go and then you're here. It just feels really weird. And then when you get there, it's like you only have 3 days to get to know these people, and during these 3 days, you're doing a lot of activity where you're separated into groups. But we invited people over our last Airbnb. First of all, I broke the rule, didn't know that was the rule, and second of all, they called it a party. Caucasian people have a really interesting definition of a party compared to African American and African people. People from African diaspora culture. Party. To me, it was just a gathering. Yeah, we were doing blood pressure first for the longest because one of my classmates, she really wanted to get it. And I get that. There was no music. We were playing Heads Up, you know, the app on the phone, and that kind of got loud. But there was no music and they called it a party. And I'm just like, I went to a very close suburban high school. And then college, everyone's still more adult, so more liberated, but you're still in that communal type of thing. So when I went to Suzla and I didn't have that, like, I was aching inside for that unity, that community. And then now that I have it, and I'm in the program, I don't know if that was fireworks or the air horn, but just combine it and pretend. But I'm just so grateful. I am so grateful, and I wouldn't have thought I would have been here. I don't know what I would have been doing, but I just never thought I would be here. Another experience that happened. So I just left my second on-site a little while ago. Between the first on-site and the second one, I got COVID from my daughter. It was so rough, y'all. Like, granted, I'm so grateful to be here. Deep breathing definitely helps, like, prior to getting sick and just making that a practice to expand your lung capacity. I tried to deep breathe and I felt the tightness and the heaviness on my chest. So I had the heaviness on my chest, migraine like around my eyes. Wow, that was intense. Fever. Chills, oh my gosh, chills like no other. Diarrhea, not like crazy, but I definitely didn't eat that much to get enough, but I still knew something was wrong. Overall, I didn't feel good. I felt yucky. And then after the fever and all those other symptoms resolved, I then lost my sense of taste and smell. I was heartbroken. I love to eat. That's what my class said when I told them that I had COVID. They was like, girl, we know you were upset because you love to eat. I do, and it was really like, I felt like my body was betraying me. Like, what is going on? Come on, wake up. Like, I've had that feeling before because I had to relearn how to walk at 6, but we can talk about that another time. As far as the class goes, really dope. Everyone pretty much looks out for each other. And the dynamics, you ask, good question. There are now 11 of us, and there are 6 African American people, a Caucasian, 1 Latina, and another Asian. So, pretty good group. I definitely like that it's diverse. And they also told us we have the most diverse class ever. That is the first for me. Majority of the class getting all these bomb resources, camaraderie, free schooling, in a place that you kind of want to be in. Like, God is just... He's showing out for 2021, 100%. I've been enjoying everything. Videos that I plan to have, I want to really talk about what the tests are like and the actual procedure and what's getting done, because we need to really have that conversation to understand what safe and secure healthcare is, where you feel like you can be comfortable and relaxed and open and honest with your doctor so they can truly help you, right? And I want to talk about some of the things so you don't have to ask your doctor and feel intimidated if they're going to look down on you or demean you. You know, that's why I'm here. Subscribe, like, share if you're a birth worker. Say hello in the comments. Hey! And thank you. Talk to you guys later. Bye!